All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Matt here from Chill TCG. Now, today, we're going to be taking a look at the deck list that won the Chill Series Last Chance Qualifier, which wrapped up this past Wednesday. It was our last regular season tournament of the season. Murph, what are you doing? He's just playing. Hopefully, he doesn't cause a ruckus. Anyway, the last tournament of the season. It was our last chance qualifier. The winner of this tournament, of course, would go on to get the 16th seed in our invitational tournament, which, as I record this, is going to be tomorrow. So this should go up on Sunday, and if you're watching this on Sunday or Monday, whatever it might be, Monday night at 6 p.m., we're going to be live streaming the invitational tournament. It's going to be a good one. All the best players from the entire season will be playing, but Caleb Rogerson was the one that won our Chill Series Last Chance Qualifier and cemented his seed here, his last spot in the invitational tournament, so he will be making it. He was playing this max consistency ADP deck. That's what we're going to be taking a look at today. We've taken a look at ADP a couple times on the channel. About a month ago, we covered ADP Hammers, which did very well at one of our tournaments in the past. And this week, it's just straight up consistency ADP. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. But we're not running hammers. We're running only cards that are going to contribute to the main play style that ADP likes to do. That's why we have 4 Energy Switch, 4 Metal Saucers, 4 Boss's Orders, 4 switching cards. We even have 2 Chaotic Swells in here to get rid of those pesky power plants or Wonder Labs, all those different stadiums that we might be running into. We've got 3 Dedenne, 1 Crobat, 4 Zacian, 2 ADP, 1 Eldegoss, 1 Mawile, so all good stuff. 4 Cherish Balls, 4 Quick Balls, 2 E-Spinners. We even have a rope in here with 3 switch cards. 1 Marnie, 4 Research, so plenty of draw support between all the other Pokemon and our draw supporters. And then we have 2 Air Balloons, which are going to be phenomenally good. And we also have 1 Rusted Sword, which is going to be really good in a lot of matchups. So there it is, 8 Metal Energies, 3 Water. This is a very standard ADP list. I mean, if you're not playing Hammers, this is pretty much the list that you're going to be playing. At least the same, like 57 or 58 cards. But in my opinion, this is exactly what a max consistency ADP list should look like. And if you guys haven't played this list before or a list like this, it's definitely really strong. And recently, this deck here, ADP Zacian, pretty sure the same version of it actually won the Limitless qualifier. There were the Limitless Weekly, which was another huge tournament, about 300 players. So, I mean, it won our Chill Series LCQ, 350 players. Won the Limitless this weekend as well, which was like 320 players. So this list right now is right on top of the game. Last week, Luke Metal was all the rage. Now ADP's all the rage, but we're going to have to get into it. We're going to play some games. We're going to showcase the deck, and if you guys are interested to see this deck in action, if you guys want to go watch the Grand Finals match, I did post the video a few days ago on the channel, so I highly recommend that you guys go check that out. Go watch Caleb Rogerson's match against Ignacio, I forget his last name, but yeah, link to that will be in the annotations up here. Or just click the channel and then subscribe, and while you're there, go watch that Grand Finals video. For sure, I posted a few days ago. It's a good match. But yeah, we're going to play some games. We're going to do it. ADP this week. I can't wait. I love playing ADP, especially on the ladder. It's super fun. But yeah, it's a very make it or break it deck. You either just do what you need to and probably win, or you don't, and you probably don't win. But you know what it is. And yeah, let's get into it. All right. Probably going to be a shorter video because it's ADP. Who wants to just watch someone play ADP? But deck list will be down in the description below. And if you're trying to play ADP right now in this format, which is honestly a really good pick, I would highly recommend this exact 60. So let's get into it. All right, let's do it. ADP, we're playing ADP on the ladder. Can't wait. I love it. I honestly don't play ADP that much these days. I know for Players Cup, I tried to play Pikarom for a bit. Didn't go very well. And then I played Luke Metal for a while. Luke Metal went very well, and I didn't really play. I think I played like 1 or 2 keys with ADP. It wasn't too phenomenal. It didn't feel that great, at least. But I know that the power this deck has within, and I know the crazy stuff that can happen. Typically with ADP, we like to go first. We don't want to attach the water in case we're playing against the deck with Hammer, something like E-Turn or Pikarom. Looks like we're playing another Metal deck. Could be another ADP. Could be a Luke Metal. Either way, we're starting with the Dedenne, which is never that great, but we do have a Quick Ball in hand, and we have a Water Energy, some draw support. But I think that what we're probably going to do, realistically, is... okay, so we actually have the Cherish Ball anyway. I don't know what we're playing. We see an Oranguru here, so it could just be ADP, because sometimes they do play Oranguru. I don't know if he's playing Hammers, though, so that's something to note. But we don't want to miss Energy Attachment, unfortunately. We could go ahead and Mawile, but it's more important that we grab the ADP here. And I definitely want to go ahead and attach an Energy to it. What I could do here is actually Quick Ball for a Mawile and try to grab any basics that could be in his hand for his first turn here. Because we do have some draw support in hand, so I don't know if it's really necessary to go ahead and Intrepid Sword with Zacian. I'm going to discard Boss here. We're going to look through the deck. I probably should do that. We prized Eldegoss, so probably shouldn't have discarded Boss, but you know what? It is what it is. We didn't check our prize cards. But we have everything else. I don't really want a Mawile, to be honest with you. Did we prize the energies? We prized 2 metal energies as well. So Intrepid probably isn't going to be too successful if we pop off with that. We prized an E-Switch as well. So maybe we do Mawile. Probably a risky play. Probably no reason to really do that either. Especially if we're playing the ADP mirror, it could be kind of a sketchy thing to do. We're going to just put Zacian down in Intrepid. It's the smart play. It's the play that everyone probably should be doing. Of course, we didn't grab any metal. We did prize 2, so there's only 6 in deck. So we're probably going to want to just, of course, find that metal. We attached a water here, which isn't ideal either. We can't saucer it back if it gets knocked off with crushing hammers or whatnot. But it was our only energy in our hand, so it was better to attach it, I think, than not attach it. So we're just going to go ahead. He did have Dedenne in hand, so maybe we should have Mawile. But he actually discards his hand, and it's definitely ADP here. Discards 2 metal, and it's Turbo Patch ADP, but he discarded Research and 2 Switch as well. Finds his Zacian, hits the Turbo Patch, number 1. So this might just be Turbo Zacian. I don't know if it's actually ADP. Now we have the okay, so there's the 3 energy. He whiffs the Switch, though, so that's interesting to note. But look at that, 3 energies immediately on that Zacian. You love to see it. We're going to touch the Air Balloon there. We're going to put the Swill in the active. We could Mawile as well. We haven't, he doesn't have the ADP set up here. He only has a 5-card hand, but yeah, we're going to do it. I probably don't recommend doing this, but we're just going to see. So we see that it is just Turbo Zacian. We're going to put another one down on the board. Why not? And now I think what we want to do probably is we probably want to research. We saw what was in his hand, right? Wasn't anything too progressive, right? So I am just going to research here. And now we just want a metal energy. We want to increase the odds to draw into a metal energy, and we do. We find one, which is nice. We're going to be able to just go ahead and retreat into ADP here. We don't have any metal in the discard pile. If we had some in hand, we might just Dedenne, try to get those in the discard pile, draw into a saucer, right? But I'm feeling pretty safe. This is actually Turbo Zacian, right? So he has to hit for 280. We're not running Big Charm anyway, so it's probably unlikely that we can really defend against a big one-hit KO on this thing next turn from the Zacian. And his hand didn't seem like it was too great, realistically. Although I think he had a draw support in hand, I forget. Either way, though, I feel pretty safe just going for Altered Creation GX. This is what we want to do, realistically. I mean, we go first so that we can get it consistently on our second turn. And now, as long as we have a way to attach an energy, which we should be able to do, right? Because we have Pokemon Search, and we have actually a boss in hand, which is really nice. And we're down Eldegoss, so we're probably just going to go ahead and boss up that Dedenne. He's given us the sad face. He might just concede because at this point it's going to be pretty hard for him to do anything here. But if we boss up that Dedenne, and then we quick ball away something for Dedenne, we quick ball away something for Crobat, we could potentially draw a lot of cards. All we need to do is find an energy here. And he ends his turn with Intrepid Sword, which is actually pretty good for us, I think. We have the Research, but we don't want to actually use Research, to be honest with you. And we're going to burn some cards here, so let's grab another ADP with GX, with Cherish Ball, because we are just going to discard it, like so. We are going to grab a Crobat. We're going to quick ball away a Research, and we're going to grab Dedenne. How many switch are we down? Well, we haven't. Okay, so here's the deal. I kind of do want to burn both. Maybe I just burn one of these switches. I don't really want to burn both this turn, to be 100% honest. And I say that a lot. I apologize. In my previous videos, I've said to be 100% honest a bunch of times. And you guys have said some funny stuff in the comments. There's the energy, but it's actually, we find a water as well, which is always better to attach the water here. And we have one Zacian here to Intrepid too. It's a little bit unsafe to do this, right? But it's actually probably our best play. If he has boss in hand, he's just going to boss up our Zacian and KO us. I know he had like a Pokecatcher in hand, which is something, but yeah, I think we're going to have to just Ultimate Ray and take 3 prizes here. Even if he does boss up this Zacian and KO it, we're kind of in an okay position. We're taking 3 prize cards. We're just going to go ahead and attach these energies to the Zacians. And I might put one on Mawile just in case he does kind of choose and we have a secondary option to attack with. Because we do have an energy in hand. We have Spinner, and we're probably going to take at least 1 energy off the prize cards. So there's one of them. And there's our 4th switch. Or no, our 3rd switch. And we also draw into another E-Switch. So if he bosses us or gusts us up into the Zacian, KOs us, he takes 2 prizes. I'm really not worried. We can just Ultimate Ray it and then just probably just draw. If we drew Eldegoss there, that would have been pretty much checkmate. If he KOs our ADP here, we don't really care. He whiffs tails on the catcher as well. Second catcher, heads. Okay, so yeah, he's going to KO the Zacian. That's always his best play, right? So, you know, it is what it is. But I think that we're in a good spot here. We really are. We're not in a bad position. Even if he KOs us, we're just going to Ultimate Ray again. We're just going to hit this Zacian. And we can probably just discard the hand and search for another Zacian to just attach some energies to. But even if we hit him and he one-shots us, we have Mawile to finish off a KO, and we should just be able to research or Dedenne and draw to another boss. We're down 2 boss. We should have 2 more in our deck, I believe. 22 cards in deck. Between Dedenne and more researches, we even have a Marnie's discarded. Excuse me. Okay, so he's got a Marnie S. Not super great for us, but it shouldn't be that bad. We still have a lot of outs. Hopefully these 4 cards aren't terrible. And it's not at all. It's literally exactly kind of what we wanted, so... Well, it is what it is. We're chilling. Yeah, he's probably gonna KO the Zacian, and we're just gonna be okay with that. I think we're just gonna be pretty okay with that. He's down 2 switch, 3 patches, 1 saucer, 2 Pokemon catchers, quick ball Marnie today. He's taking a little while. I think he's just thinking about it. The play style with ADP is super linear, right? I mean, we're typically just doing the same thing every game without much variance to that. And that's typically fine. We also Marnied some energies back into our deck, which is cool too, I think. I'm feeling pretty cool about that. We're just going to bring up ADP. Hello. Another Zacian. We are just going to bench that, I think, though. And now what we're going to do is we're going to Saucer. I don't know how many energies in our deck, so maybe we hold Saucer, but I think I want to pop it just in case anything happens, right? And I think the safe play is always just to attach it to Mawile, because I don't know how many are left in our deck. I probably should have counted or something. But we have 2 in the discard pile, and we took 1 off prize cards. We have 3 in the deck, so we have boss in hand. I think we pretty much just have checkmate at this point. I mean, his only hope here is to, like, Marnie us and switch into the Zacian and KO, right? Because that would kind of make it a little bit harder for us there, since we don't have Eldegoss, so that's not an out to boss's orders. But we're in a pretty good spot. Not really worried. And like I said, the ADP playstyle is super linear. We're doing the same thing every game. That's why a lot of people don't necessarily like the deck. But it's you know, it's successful. The strategy works. The card is super powerful. And I know a lot of you guys are probably a little bit upset about this deck doing so well recently. Hi, Murph. What are you doing? Okay, and he's going to wait. I don't know. He could hit us with another Marnie. He could stamp us. I don't really know. But we have 3 Pokemon filled up on our board here. We have a boss in hand, and we have another boss in deck, I think, because I didn't see that we prized one. So we'll see what he does. We could lose. I mean, there's always a chance that we lose here. He actually finds the Berserker here as well. So with if he gets Rusted Sword on top of the Berserker, he is doing 280 damage. Which, of course, is enough to KO our ADP. But again, we have a Zacian set up, and that's one-shotting anything on his board here. And that's why I think that we just kind of win no matter what, because we just have to get 1 more KO on a 2-prize Pokemon. So no matter what he does here, unless he, you know, gusts up our Zacian with a fresh... and KOs us with a fresh Zacian, we're going to be in a good spot. And there's the Dedenne, actually. So even if he KOs our other Zacian, we have boss's orders for that Dedenne, even though we already have a damage Zacian in the active anyway, which we can KO with Mawile. We'll see. He needs hand disruption. He needs to get a little bit lucky here. We see the 3rd Pokemon catcher come out, and he does flip heads, so that's sweet for him. But could we see a Marnie? So last turn, he Pokemon catchered into a Zacian and then Marnied us, which was definitely a good play on his part. And we're going to see a hard retreat into a fresh Zacian, and if he just hits us, that, of course, is going to be the game. But we'll see if he hits us with a Marnie. If he hits us with a Marnie, we got to get a little lucky, I think. Yeah, we just got to get a little lucky. Just like he's gotten lucky with the Pokemon catchers. No, but seriously. I mean, there's nothing else we can do at this point. It's not like we're, you know, we're outplaying him at this point. We're literally just playing the game, and hopefully the cards carry us. We see the KO on the Zacian, which means that we are going to get this win here because we do have boss's orders in hand. And he was probably just hoping, like, he only has 3 cards in hand. I probably just have to run the risk here. But little did he know, you know, we run 4 boss and a lot of other outs there. And we have a research as well. So good game, my dude. We're just going to give him the heart. And that's ADP. That's one game with ADP. I don't even know if it's worth playing that many other games with ADP. But we're probably going to play one more. Just why not? Pad out the video a little bit. There's our Eldegoss, there's an Energy, and then Chaotic Swell. Okay, so those were the prize cards. Is there new ladder rewards yet? I don't think there is. No. We already catched in our Dedenne. It comes in one day, though, so that's pretty cool. We're going to play another one. Immediately get right into it. It looks like we're playing Azatio? Azatio. I think is how you pronounce that. Not much too different here. Typically, the playstyle doesn't change a whole lot no matter what your matchup is, realistically. You know, if you missed it last game, we're going to just do it again, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. We're starting with ADP this game. We don't have a quick ball for a Zacian. It looks like we're just playing the mirror. This is kind of what the Pokemon card game is these days. It's just a lot of people playing ADP. It's an easy deck. It's a good deck. It's a kind of a fun deck to play realistically. Doesn't take a whole lot of thought process, a whole lot of skill here. He gets 2 energies on the Zacian. Okay, and he's got a pretty big hand. I don't know exactly what he's playing. It could be Luke Metal as well. But I think what we want to do probably is just Dedenne. I think that's our best call. We don't want to Mawile. We just have nothing else in our hand to draw more cards. So for that reason, we're just going to Dedenne here. And see what we draw into. Interesting. Now I'm actually going to Mawile. Just because he has a big hand and I want to find something off this. Give me the Mawile. Okay, so it looks like it is sort of ADP. Interesting ADP list. He's running. He's of course running Sword, but it's Aurora Energy Sword, and he's got Bronzongs as well. We're gonna put this down just in case, so he can't poke a Comet. We're just gonna immediately put that down there. And now he's probably gonna Marnie us next turn. So what I'm actually gonna do is just burn a boss and just boss him into it. And yeah, there we go. Interesting play for sure for us. We didn't really search our deck when we should have, but you know what? We'll do it next turn. It's fine. We always forget. Viridians, get out of here. None of that. We don't need none of that. He puts a sword on the Zacian. This is funny. Now he just has this little Bronzor in the active. He does attach the Aurora to the Zacian, discards a metal, and he is going to Marnie us. Shouldn't be that huge of a deal. I mean, we literally have so many cards in our deck that we could draw that could be helpful here. We couldn't draw none of them. We draw a Quick Ball on Zacian, which is chill. Although another 2 more bosses orders in hand is a little bit annoying. He gets 4 energies on his Zacian, and now he's going to Quick Ball for something else. I don't know what he's going to be Quick Balling for. Crobat, which is good for us. So this dude has 4 energies on his Zacian and 1 in the discard pile with 1 Saucer. This Crobat's going to be good. Unless he GXs this turn, which he doesn't, we're going to be in a good spot, I think, for sure. Let's say we top deck. Now he has 5 energies on that Zacian, so this dude is just an absolute madman. Okay, so this is very interesting. We're going to bench this Zacian just so we can Intrepid to it at some point. I don't really want to get rid of Boss, so we're going to get rid of this E-Switch, and I think what I'm going to do is grab Crobat, and we're just going to draw 4 cards off the Crobat. I don't want to discard these Boss's orders because they're going to be pretty important at some point. And that's unfortunate for sure for us. Definitely a bit unfortunate. But what can you do? What can you do? ADP Zacian doesn't always draw correctly, but we do get 2 energies onto the Zacian here. 3 boss in hand with research. Like we just don't want to discard the hand. I mean, if we have to, I guess we can. But he draws into Switch because this is literally all of our boss's orders, and we already have 1 in the discard pile here. He probably has E-Switch, so he's probably going to get the GX attack off, which puts us a turn behind, which is not good for us at all. But what we can do is okay, so he Marnie does, which is fine. We're still a turn behind now because we whiffed the water energy that turn or anything else that we could have used. There it is. He evolves into the Bronzor, so he's going to be able to now move his energies over to his ADPs back and forth whenever he wants to, which probably makes a bit more sense while he was loading up a bunch of energies onto the Zacian. He just gets 3 on that ADP immediately, which is very interesting. And he's splitting energies, which is always the safe play, I suppose. But it's just interesting nonetheless. Yeah, and we're going to go see the Altered Creation GX. So now he's in a very good spot. He drew better than us, and that's just how that goes, I think. So we're going to just go ahead and put the energy onto our ADP here. We're going to Cherish Ball. And we're going to grab Dedenne. We're going to do this so that we can maybe draw into boss and maybe stall him out. Although he has Bronzong out, so it's probably unlikely for him to do that. We just want to stop him from, like, Ultimate Ring, I think. Or just delay him one turn. So, yeah, we're going to Dedenne. It's not looking good for us here at all, really. So we do have a boss. This would be our second boss, but we can boss for Eldegoss if we get KO'd, I think. Bronzong has a retreat cost of 3, and we kind of want to waste as many energies as possible. So I am just going to actually boss into this Bronzor, which seems like an interesting play for sure, but I think it's kind of just our best bet. We have to be defensive, and we kind of have to force him to just retreat out. If he moves 3 energies on, so he just attached Aurora, discarded Research, and he just has another Research in hand. Hello, Zacian, Amazing Rare. I like this guy's deck, actually. It's pretty cool. Typically not very consistent as, you know, compared to our version of the deck that we're playing right now. But he researched this turn, and he actually didn't boss, which means that we have a really good chance to win this game. Except, unfortunately for us, we actually played boss last turn. So maybe that wasn't the best play on our part. Probably wasn't the best play. Now he's just going to hit us with Zacian. But he actually doesn't KO. Oh, no, he does KO because he GX and he has Sword. Which is really bad for us. Definitely really, really bad. And now I don't really know where we go from here. Realistically, we're just going to have to go into our own Zacian and KO, and then hopefully we live next turn from something. But if he has boss's orders in hand, it's going to be very unlikely for us for that to happen. So we're just going to attach the metal here. And I think what we have to do is we're going to quick ball. And I think what we're going to do is grab a third Dedenne because we want to draw into this one Marnie. That's like our only hope right now, I think. So we're just going to do that. If we draw into Marnie, I guess there is still a chance. We don't. It is what it is. We're literally just going to hit him with Brave Blade. Nothing else we can really do. And if he has boss's orders in hand, he wins the game. And that's just how ADP Zacian goes. We whiffed on that one turn. We just whiffed the energy for GX. If we GX'd that turn that we had to pass, then we probably would have had a much better chance to win the game. That typically doesn't happen too much with the deck because we are running like a maximum consistency version of ADP, and that's kind of the whole idea with the deck. But unfortunately, it still can't happen, and that's really the only reason why ADP loses is because it kind of loses to itself when it doesn't draw necessarily correctly. And he's going to move up his Zacian, and he's going to move the energies, and he's going to just KO us, and that's going to be a good game, my man. Yeah, I mean, nothing else we could really do there. I mean, realistically, we just missed. We missed what we needed to. We could have Dedenne'd instead of Crobatting, drawn 2 extra cards, but discarded the 2 boss. But, you know, still getting, if we discarded 3 bosses' orders that early in the game, probably wouldn't have ended that well for us either way. So anyway, that's the video, guys. That's ADP. And that's 2 very good examples about what can happen when you play this deck. You can either just draw well and pretty much never lose, or you can kind of draw, unfortunately, one turn and unfortunately lose the game. But that's how it is. Big shout out to Caleb Rogerson for winning the Chill Series Last Chance qualifier. Congrats to him. He made the Invitational. He was our last person to make it. So definitely congrats to him. Don't forget to tune into the live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we are streaming the Invitational live, all the games. It's going to be super, super fun. I really can't wait. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And, yeah, I don't think I have too much else to say. So we're going to get out of here. My wife is staring at me for some reason. Okay. We're going to leave. All right, guys. I'm getting out of here. See you guys tomorrow for the Invitational. It's going to be sweet. Also, Chill Series number 30 is next week. Season 4 starts up. So look out for that. Okay. We're leaving. Goodbye.